Hey guys, welcome to this week's updates of squatsandshots.net. I hope you all are having a good week. I'm a little late with this week's update. It's okay, life happens. It was a good weekend. Make sure, even if it's overcast, to wear sunscreen, guys. I didn't, and now I'm hurting. Yeah, you know, I've said it before, and I've told people, surgery is not the easy way out. It's really not. And I've actually been pretty lucky to not really, have an experience where somebody has accused me of taking the easy way out. I've never had anybody, at least to my face, or comment on anything that's ever said I took the easy way out by having surgery. It's definitely not, it's really not the easy way out. It takes a lot of, hard work and dedication and, dedicating yourself and committing yourself to change your life and to stick with it, because you don't want to, go through this big whole thing. Like, you don't want to have surgery, a major surgery, that that requires you to change your life for it to be effective and work, and stay working. You don't want to have this and then turn around, a year, 2 years. You don't want to get to your goal weight. You don't want to lose all this weight, just to go back to your old habits and gain it all back. So it's definitely not the easy way out, but, I think, I would consider myself one of the lucky ones who's never really had to deal with that before. But, everybody's been super supportive, which I honestly, I never, thought there was anybody I know or knew or was around that would ever accuse me of taking the easy way out with having surgery. But, it's always a fear that, somebody's going to think that, or say that to you. So you kind of prepare yourself on how you're going to handle it. But, at the end of the day, if somebody ever comes up to me and says, "Oh, you took the easy way out," I'm going to look at them and be like, that's fine. That's your opinion. I know it's not true. I know how much hard work and dedication and commitment I've put into making sure that, I don't fall back into old habits, that, I'm going to lose this weight and it's going to stay off for the rest of my life. We're not going back. I'm not going back to the person I was before this, so, don't let any negative comments, get to you, because it's not going to do any good for you to let their comments get to you. And that's easier said than done, a lot of times, which, is kind of why I'm putting putting myself out here on this platform, so that you guys know that, if you're having a bad day, if somebody makes a horrible comment to you and is a dick, reach out to me. I am willing, to be your cheerleader and to be the person that you go talk to if you're having a rough day. I've had rough days. I've talked to you, about my rough days. Hell, I broke down crying on camera, I am so willing, to answer questions and to be there for you and to, share my experiences, share in your tears and celebrate for you, that it's kind of why I wanted to start this, whole blog and document my journey and how, things that I'm able to do, now and feel comfortable doing, is, I wanted to share that and put that out there. Hey, look, this is how my life has changed. It's that way people out there know, hey, you're not alone. Message me, email me, talk to me, let me know what's going on, if you need somebody to talk to, I know it's not easy, staying positive, especially if you do have people making rude comments and just kind of being generally just kind of and a dick. But yeah, don't let people get to you. There's never going to be, somebody out there who, there's always going to be someone out there who is going to have something negative to say. It's how it works. But just know that, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Even if I don't know you, send me an email, reach out. We're good. Send me a message. My Instagram's linked, message me on Instagram. I think this has a way for you to contact me on the blog as well. So definitely reach out. If you're having a bad day or somebody, makes a negative comment to you about the surgery and the process, blah, 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 whatever it is, reach out, talk to somebody. Even if it's not me, talk to somebody close to you who's positive about it and helping you. And don't be afraid to ask for professional help. It's okay to reach out to a counselor or a therapist to talk to them. Because sometimes, it can be rough talking to people, and letting them know that you're having a hard time. So don't be afraid to reach out, to an actual professional for assistance and help and talking. I've recently done that. I recently started kind of talking to a counselor or a therapist or whatever it is you want to call them, just because sometimes, it's nice to talk to somebody who doesn't know you or doesn't know your situation or anything like that. Sometimes it's easier to talk and, let them know, like, hey, I'm kind of having a rough time. Don't know how to handle it. It's okay to ask for help, from somebody you don't know. But yeah, don't let the negative comments, if you have any, don't let them get to you. On the flip side of that, if you've had the surgery, like, don't assume that just because somebody's not all, hooray, you're having surgery, go you. Don't assume that because if somebody, offers up an alternative or says, like, well, hey, have you tried this? Don't assume because they're not automatically like, oh my God, yes. Don't assume that they're against it. They might not be against it. You don't know. Like, unless they're outright coming out and saying, well, maybe you shouldn't do this. Don't just assume they're against it because they're offering alternatives. See if somebody's tried something else. Chances are this is somebody who isn't really super close to the person, or you, who doesn't know what you've tried, doesn't know, what's happened, what's led up to you inquiring about the surgery. Maybe they just don't know, and they're just, like, well, hey, like, have you tried this? If there's nothing wrong with somebody offering an alternative to surgery, like, it's okay. It doesn't mean they're against it. So, don't be one of those people who, has surgery and then automatically assumes that everybody who offers an alternative is against it. Because it's just not true. Like, it's really not. It is, it's just, stop assuming. People, just don't be dicks. It's not that hard to not be a dick. Unless it's, somebody who deserves it, then be a dick. Or let it go. It's up to you. Like, if somebody, is a dick and is being a dick, and you want to put them in your place and be a dick back, okay, that's fine. But don't just automatically assume somebody's being a dick because they offer an alternative. It is what it is. Cool, just generally I don't know. It bothers me when people just, get on people's cases, without knowing, what was meant by it. It's like, just because somebody offers an alternative, it doesn't mean they're against it. They're just, I don't know how else to say it. But yeah, I'm getting I get tired of sometimes, and then another thing I saw, on, there's somebody I followed, or that I used to follow on Instagram. She had the surgery, and she tracks her progress and everything on Instagram, shares with everybody. But it was beginning of January, mid-January somewhere, gym memberships often spike during that time because people's New Year's resolutions to get healthy. And some people don't stick with it. Some people get a gym membership and then, come for a few weeks, a few months, but they don't stick with it. And apparently this was happening at the gym she goes to, and she made this post that really just kind of bothered me and made it to where I don't follow her anymore, because it just kind of, do not remember where you came from type of situations. She made a post about how, it's that time of year where her gym is clogged up with all these people who are just going to be gone by spring break. And to just, if you're not going to stick with it, why try? And that bothered me, because I remember, like, part of the reasons why I stopped going to regular gyms and why I love Orange Theory so much is that when I used to go to, like, a regular gym, like Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, Anytime Fitness, any, like, of those normal gyms, where you just kind of go in, you do your own thing. You can take a class if you have a class that you want to go to, you can do that. But normally you're just kind of going and doing your own thing. I used to hate it. I've always felt so uncomfortable walking into those places because of people with that attitude. They look at you like, oh, here's somebody new that's just going to be gone in a few months. Or they would look at me like, and you can just tell, like, they were looking at you, and it was just like, oh, why is she here? She's fat and overweight. Like, ha ha ha, Instead, maybe you should try talking to the people and encourage them and maybe say, hey, why don't, like, if you need, help or motivation, or something, like, I notice we're normally here about the same time. Why don't, we start making sure that we're here at the same time. We can start our workouts together, and you can kind of, we can kind of help keep each other motivated. Remember where you started and remember where you came from. And, instead of putting people down and being negative about people going to the gym, be excited, cheer these people on, offer them, to work out with them, to be like, hey, like, I noticed we're here at the same time. Come work out with me. Like, let's become gym buddies. And I don't, if they don't want that, that's fine. But at least offer it. Like, at least try to be supportive and encourage people. Don't just have this negative attitude. And it just bothers me. Like, if you're gonna have a blog, or if you're gonna share your journey, or things like that, you shouldn't be negative to other people who are trying and putting in an effort to do something healthier, to change their life. It's like, you don't know what this person's going through. You don't know. It's like, so if she's saying like, oh, well, you might as well just get out of my gym and stop wasting time because you're taking up space in my gym. It's like, first of all, it's not your gym. And maybe instead of being a dick, go actually help them. See if they want to work out, buddy. See if they want help or need motivation. Strike a friendship with people. Some of my best and closest friends have come from Orange Theory, and it's because these people took me in and were like, hey, we think it's awesome that you're here trying to change your life and get healthier and get fit, that, these people have become some of, the best friends because, I have similar goals to them, they have similar goals to me, and we help and encourage each other. That's how some of, my best friendships recently have been formed, is, by people being kind, in a gym setting. So it just bothered me when I saw, like, this person who's sharing their story and sharing their journey online just kind of be negative, to people who were trying to make that same effort. It really bothered me because I'm like, I don't understand, like, what's the point of you sharing your journey and trying to be upbeat and positive if you're just going to basically try and discourage somebody who is trying to make an effort into changing their life, and maybe your comments or your snide remarks or whatever it is, just embarrass them enough to stop coming. It's, think of it that way. It's like, would you have appreciated somebody just looking at you telling you, well, you're not going to be here for very long, so why do you even bother taking up space in the gym? Like, if you wouldn't have appreciated that, because I know I didn't. No one ever came out and said that to me, thankfully. But even the hint, even the looks, it was enough to be like, I'm not comfortable in this setting, and I don't want to be here anymore, so I'm not going to spend my money going to some place that I'm uncomfortable being in because I get looks and stares. And there was, and the thing is, it wasn't just the people that went to the gym, it was the employees as well. The employees looking at you and just being like, oh, here, we're going to give you this routine and then never check in with you again. It is kind of how it went. So it was just kind of like, okay, yeah, like, I'm done spending my money. And, and then I discovered Orange Theory, which I will be forever grateful for. But yeah, if you're going to share your journey online, and document it, like, if your whole social media presence is documenting your journey and sharing your successes and your victories and your hard times with people, then maybe you shouldn't be negative to other people trying to be healthier and make a healthy change. Like, encourage them. They're here, they're putting in effort. They obviously want to change something, otherwise they wouldn't be spending their money to go to a gym. So, basically, if somebody's out there and you see them trying to make an effort and you see them, maybe they might need help, talk to them, encourage them, become their buddy. Don't be dicks. Find a buddy, find somebody to talk to, that can, motivate you and keep you going, and find a way to motivate yourself as well. I know sometimes it's not always easy, if you're starting out, you don't really have anybody else that's trying to change their lifestyle and become healthier. Sometimes it's hard to stay motivated, without somebody in your corner like that. So, just try and find somebody that can or try and find ways to motivate yourself to keep yourself upbeat and positive about it. That's not easy as either, but it's definitely, maybe it's a playlist that you create, or something like I created, my little jar of motivations. If I'm ever having a bad day where, if I wake up, that alarm goes off at 5 a.m., and there are days when I'm just like, oh man, like, I really don't want to get up and go to this workout. I'm really not feeling it, I make myself get up, because a lot of times I have to pee anyway, so I still get up, and then instead of going back to bed, I come over and I grab a little motivation out of my jar. It's a really silly thing. Like, this little jar is the silliest thing I think I've ever came up with for motivation. But let me tell you, it works. It really does. It's, and, I got most of the little quotes and stuff I have on here, I found on Pinterest, and just wrote them down on little note cards, folded them up, put them in this. I'm actually getting ready to do a bigger jar so I can put more. But yeah, if you want to know about my little jar of motivations, ask me questions about it. I love this thing. It's one of the best things on the planet. It's silly, but I love it. But yeah, find ways to keep yourself motivated. Don't always, rely on other people for that, but if you do have people who you can rely on for motivation and support and encouragement, that's fantastic. Because, it's sometimes it is hard to find those people. And if you are on a platform sharing your journey, don't ever discourage people from trying to become healthy and change their lives. It really bothered me so much. It's just like, did you not remember where you started and why you started? To the point where, you're now trying to discourage somebody and you're against somebody going to a gym to try and change their life. It really, really irked me. Really irked me. We may not be the best of friends. If I don't necessarily care for you, if you come to me and say, hey, I'm trying to change my life, I want to get healthier, you best believe that I am going to be cheering you on and encouraging you and being there and checking in with you and saying, hey, how'd you do? Did you go get your workout in today? Did you go for your run today? Did you go for a walk today? Did you do your yoga? Whatever method it is that you're going about trying to change your life and become more active, even if I don't necessarily care for you, if I see that you're trying to make a healthy change like that, or you approach me and say, hey, I'm trying to make this change or whatever, guess what? I'm going to be in your corner cheerleading you on every step of your way, because I want to be people's support systems. I want to be their cheerleaders. Whether I like you or not, I'm going to cheer you on, because there's nothing ever bad or negative about trying to become healthier and changing your lifestyle. That's why I'm putting this stuff out here, is to encourage you, awesome, wonderful, that's amazing, and who knows, maybe your friendships are going to build that way. You never know, so, basically what this boils down to is just, don't assume people who offer alternatives to surgery are against surgery. Don't assume that because you've had surgery, you're an expert. If you haven't had surgery, or, you managed to find other alternatives to surgery, don't assume the surgery is the easy way out. It's not. Don't try to discourage somebody from becoming healthier. You never know. You just really never know somebody's situation and why they've come to the surgery conclusion, or why they didn't go to the surgery conclusion, or why they're in the gym trying. You just never know. So just encourage people. If you see them making an effort to be healthier and to change their lifestyle, encourage them. Especially if you don't necessarily, if you guys don't necessarily talk, and you see somebody, if it's a stranger, you see somebody in there and you see maybe they're struggling or they're just starting out, encourage them. Become their accountability buddy. Ask them, hey, have you gotten your workout in today? Have you done something good for your body and mind today? Just ask them simple questions. Be there for them. Be their cheerleaders. Even if it's from afar, even if it's something as simple as just saying, hey, good job today. Sometimes that small little, encouragement from somebody like that, somebody that you don't necessarily talk to, but somebody who goes out of their way, say, hey, you're doing good. Keep it up. It can make all the difference in the world. So just try to remember that. Try to remember to be an encouragement to somebody that you see trying to make healthier choices and healthier lifestyles. Be their encouragement. Don't ever discourage them. even if they don't stick with it, you still encourage them to. And maybe you become the reason they did stick with it. Maybe you become their motivation and their inspiration to stick with it and to continue on making these changes. You don't ever know, like you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know something as simple as telling somebody, hey, you're doing awesome. You're killing it. Like, I see you in here. You're killing it. You're working it. It's not easy, but you're here doing it. Good job. Be that encouragement to somebody. Encourage them to be healthier. Don't ever discourage somebody from trying. It really disappointed me so much when I saw that post, where it was just like, I don't understand why you're out here trying to share your story, and then you're going to be negative about somebody else trying to change their life and do what you've done. Go out there and be a bright spot in somebody's day. Simple as that. Be a bright spot in somebody's day. It takes nothing. It takes nothing to look at somebody just like, hey, you're doing a good job. Keep it up. 30 seconds. That's all it takes. So go out there, like, if you see somebody putting in the effort, tell them good job. You're doing good. Keep it up. That's all it takes. Just do that. If you see somebody putting in an effort, if you see somebody making a negative comment or being a dick to somebody about a choice that they've made, in their life, whether it was to have surgery or not have surgery or whatever, if you see somebody being a dick about it, go to the person who the comment was made to and just tell them, hey, ignore this person. You're doing great. You've made whatever decision you feel is best for you in your life, and that's awesome. Don't necessarily say something to the person being a dick, because you're not going to change their opinion either way. You're not going to make somebody not think the surgery is the easy way out. And you're not going to make somebody think that this person's being a dick because they offered an alternative. Like, you're not going to change people's opinions. So, just go support the person who the comment was made to and go about your day. And just be that inspiration for somebody. Be that bright spot. Be their encouragement. Be their motivation. Be their cheerleader. Just do something good for people, And you'll be amazed at how good you feel by encouraging other people. Like, I can't tell you, like, how much, I've had people tell me, like, hey, like, I saw your story. Like, I was on the news last year. And just for, starting, Orange Theory, and they did like a little segment. They came and they followed me to some of my workouts, put together a little video, and played it on the news. And I had a complete stranger, I was getting my mail one day. I had a complete stranger, tell me, hey, like, I saw you on the news. Like, you're doing awesome. That's amazing. Like, you've actually, like, inspired me to start going to the gym and go, and that was one of the coolest things, that could have happened, is knowing that, like, hey, somebody saw my story and saw the start of my journey, and I've helped them, make that change. Just recently, my mom was telling me about, a customer at her bank, who my mom shared my story with this woman. And then I think she said it was about a month, maybe 2 months later, when she saw the woman again, she said she came in and the woman had noticeably lost some weight. And she tracked my mom down and told her, hey, thanks for sharing your daughter's story. She really inspired me. And it's so great. Like, that came at a time, especially that last one, like, it definitely came at a time when I was really struggling. But that helped so much. Definitely kept me motivated and kept me encouraged to just keep going and keep sharing my story, because you never know who you're helping. You really do. You never know. So be that encouragement. Be that cheerleader for somebody, for everybody, everybody you see trying to make that change. Or everybody who wants to make that change, be that encouragement for them. Really, really helps. It really makes a difference. So I'm going to cut this off here. I do have a video coming next week. It'll be the next video in the coaches series, so definitely check that out. Other than that, have a great day, guys. Have a great week. Go out there, kill it. Remember to do something good for your body and mind every day. And don't forget your workouts, okay? Have a great day, guys. Bye.